Have you ever wondered why, even though you eat healthy fruits every day, your legs don't feel as strong as they used to? Maybe climbing a short flight of stairs leaves you unexpectedly breathless. Or standing up from a chair feels like a bigger challenge than before. If you're over 60, it's easy to say, well, that's aging. But what if there's more going on? What if some of the fruits you enjoy are quietly contributing to the heaviness and weakness in your legs? I understand how frustrating this can be. You do your best to eat well, stay active, and take care of yourself, yet these subtle changes keep creeping in. I'm Dr. Jenkins, and after over 30 years working with people like you, I've learned that aging changes the way our bodies handle food in ways many don't expect. Especially when it comes to fruit, something most of us think of as a healthy staple. Today, I want to share some surprising truths about 5 common fruits that might actually be doing more harm than good to your legs, muscles, joints, and circulation. But don't worry, this isn't about cutting fruit out entirely or making drastic diet changes. It's about understanding your body better and making smarter, kinder choices that help you keep your legs strong, stable, and pain-free. So, stick around until the end, because what you learn today might just be the key to reclaiming your freedom to move with ease, confidence, and joy. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to say hello and welcome. Where are you watching from today? Feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you and get to know you better. And if you ever have any questions about your health or daily wellness, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always here to help and support you. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you'll never miss simple, helpful tips from senior healthcare. Let's stay strong, healthy, and enjoy every moment with our loved ones. Why are some fruits harmful after 60? As we get older, our bodies don't respond to food quite the same way they did when we were younger. Fruits, which have always been a healthy part of our diet, can affect us differently after the age of 60. According to research from Harvard Medical School, changes in our metabolism and blood circulation mean that our bodies become more sensitive to sugars, acids, and certain substances found in fruits. What once provided nourishment might now cause subtle harm. This harm often develops slowly. You might not notice it right away, but over months and even years, these effects add up. Small blood vessels in your legs may get damaged, making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your muscles. This can lead to symptoms like tiredness in the legs, swelling, stiffness, and even increase the chance of falls. It's important to understand that these changes are not just a natural part of aging but also a result of how certain fruits interact with the aging body. Being aware of this can help you make better choices in your diet. It doesn't mean giving up fruit altogether but rather choosing the kinds that support your health and avoiding those that might cause problems. By doing this, you can protect your circulation and joints, helping you stay active and comfortable for longer. Let's take a closer look at 5 common fruits that many of us enjoy but that could be quietly affecting the health of your legs as you age. Understanding how these fruits interact with your body can help you make better choices to protect your circulation, muscles, and joints. This isn't about giving up fruit altogether but about knowing which fruits to eat less often and which to choose instead. 1. Pineapple, the double-edged sword. Let's start by talking about pineapple, a fruit many of us enjoy and often consider very healthy. Pineapple is well known for containing an enzyme called bromelain, which has been studied for its ability to reduce inflammation. Because of this, pineapple has earned a reputation as a natural helper for joint pain and swelling. It's sweet, juicy, and refreshing, making it a favorite choice, especially during warm weather. It sounds like a perfect fruit to include in your diet, doesn't it? However, there's a side of pineapple that isn't often talked about, especially for people over 60. Pineapple contains about 10 grams of natural sugar in every 100 grams of fruit. It also has a significant amount of citric acid. While these components are part of what makes pineapple taste delicious, they can have some unintended effects on your body, particularly as it ages. For older adults, eating pineapple regularly can cause sharp spikes in blood sugar levels. When blood sugar rises rapidly and repeatedly, it puts stress on the tiny arteries that carry oxygen and nutrients to the muscles in your legs. Over time, this can damage those delicate blood vessels. When your muscles don't receive enough oxygen and nutrients, it can lead to feelings of heaviness or fatigue in your legs, making even simple activities like walking or standing more difficult. But the sugar isn't the only concern. The citric acid in pineapple, along with bromelain, can be a double-edged sword. While bromelain can reduce inflammation for some people, it can also irritate sensitive joint tissues, especially in those who already have chronic inflammation or arthritis. This irritation can cause joint pain to flare up or worsen after eating pineapple often. Have you ever noticed that your legs feel heavier or your joints ache more after enjoying pineapple? This could be why. It's a subtle effect that builds up over time, and many people don't connect their symptoms back to their fruit consumption. There's also a safety consideration if you take blood-thinning medications, such as warfarin or aspirin. Bromelain can interact with these medications and increase the risk of bleeding. If you're on such treatments, it's important to speak with your healthcare provider before including pineapple regularly in your diet. So, while pineapple does have some beneficial qualities, it's important to enjoy it in moderation. You don't need to completely eliminate it, but being mindful of how often you eat pineapple and watching how your body responds can help protect your leg health. 2. Bananas. Not always the muscle friend you think. Let's take a closer look at bananas, a fruit many people enjoy daily and often recommend for their potassium content and energy boost. Bananas are nutritious, packed with minerals that support muscle function, and easy to digest. However, when it comes to people over 60, there are some important factors to consider regarding how bananas affect your body, especially your legs. Ripe bananas contain about 12 grams of natural sugar per 100 grams, along with approximately 23 grams of carbohydrates that your body absorbs quite quickly. For younger individuals, this rapid absorption isn't usually a problem because the hormone insulin efficiently manages blood sugar levels. Insulin helps your cells take in sugar from the bloodstream, keeping your blood sugar stable. But as we age, insulin sensitivity tends to decline. This means that after eating something sugary or high in carbohydrates, like bananas, our blood sugar levels can spike more sharply and remain elevated for longer periods. Research from trusted institutions such as the Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic explains that this unstable blood sugar can negatively affect circulation, particularly in the legs, where blood flow may already be compromised. Many older adults find their legs feel heavier or more tired after eating bananas. Some describe calf muscle tiredness or discomfort in their knees. This is often a sign that the small blood vessels and muscles in the legs aren't receiving enough oxygen and nutrients due to poor circulation caused by these sugar spikes. There's another aspect of bananas that can affect leg health: water retention. Bananas have a natural tendency to cause the body to hold onto water. For people who have heart conditions or who are taking diuretic medications to reduce fluid buildup, this can worsen swelling, especially in the lower legs and ankles. According to Healthline and WebMD, excess fluid retention may lead to puffiness and stiffness, which can make standing or walking uncomfortable. So what does this mean for you? It doesn't mean you have to stop eating bananas altogether. Bananas are still a healthy source of potassium and other nutrients. However, moderation and timing can make a big difference. Instead of eating a whole banana at once, try smaller portions, like half a banana. Pairing bananas with healthy fats, such as nuts or a small amount of cheese, can also slow down sugar absorption and prevent rapid blood sugar spikes. It's also wise to avoid eating bananas on an empty stomach. Eating fruit alone, without other foods, can cause a more dramatic rise in blood sugar, which can then affect circulation and energy levels in your legs. If you enjoy bananas but notice that your legs feel heavier, swollen, or tired after eating them, consider making some small adjustments. Try replacing part of your banana intake with fruits that are lower in sugar and have anti-inflammatory properties, such as berries or papaya. These fruits have been shown to help reduce inflammation and support healthy circulation, according to studies from Harvard Health and Cleveland Clinic. In summary, bananas offer many benefits but can have unintended effects on blood sugar stability, circulation, and fluid retention in older adults. By understanding how your body responds and making mindful choices, you can continue to enjoy bananas while protecting the health of your legs. This gentle awareness and small dietary tweaks can help you maintain energy, reduce leg discomfort, and improve your overall quality of life as you age. 3. Grapes, sweet but risky. Let's talk about grapes, a popular snack loved by many for their sweet flavor and convenience. Grapes are easy to eat, refreshing, and often seen as a healthy choice. However, for people over 60, there are some important considerations regarding how grapes affect joint health and inflammation. Grapes contain a lot of fructose, a sugar mainly processed by the liver. When consumed in large amounts, fructose doesn't just provide energy, it can be converted by the liver into fat and a substance called uric acid. While uric acid is normally eliminated from the body, too much of it can lead to problems. One of the most common issues caused by excess uric acid is gout. Gout is a form of arthritis characterized by sudden, intense pain, redness, and swelling in the joints, often affecting smaller joints such as those in the knees, ankles, and toes. If you have ever experienced sharp, stabbing pains in your big toe or stiffness in your calves without any obvious injury, it might be a sign that uric acid is building up in your body, possibly linked to your diet, including the grapes you eat. Moreover, grapes don't just contribute to uric acid buildup. Regular, high intake of fructose from grapes can also promote chronic low-level inflammation in the body. This ongoing inflammation damages connective tissues that support your joints, leading to stiffness and reduced mobility over time. This means that frequent consumption of grapes may contribute to joint discomfort and make movement harder as you get older. One reason grapes can be particularly tricky is their size and sweetness. Because they are small and taste good, it's easy to eat a large quantity quickly without realizing how much sugar you're taking in. This can lead to more frequent spikes in fructose consumption and increase the risk of gout attacks and joint inflammation. If you enjoy grapes but are concerned about joint pain or inflammation, it might be helpful to limit the amount you eat and avoid eating them every day. Instead, try incorporating fruits that have lower sugar content and stronger anti-inflammatory properties, such as blueberries, strawberries, or cherries. Research from sources like Harvard Health and Mayo Clinic supports the benefits of these fruits for reducing arthritis symptoms and improving joint health. Being mindful of your grape intake and paying attention to how your joints respond can help you maintain better leg and joint health. This is an important step toward staying active and comfortable as you age. 4. Watermelon, the sweet hydration trap. Watermelon is often seen as the ideal summer fruit, juicy, refreshing, and made up of more than 90% water. It's no wonder many people enjoy it, especially on hot days when staying hydrated feels important. But while watermelon is light and hydrating, there are some important things to consider about how it affects your body, particularly if you're over 60. One key factor is watermelon's high glycemic index. The glycemic index, or GI, measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar levels after eating. Watermelon has a GI score between 76 and 80, which is quite high, comparable to many types of candy and sugary snacks. This means that when you eat watermelon, your blood sugar can rise very rapidly. For younger people, a rapid increase in blood sugar is usually managed effectively by the body's insulin response. Insulin helps lower blood sugar levels by allowing cells to absorb glucose and use it for energy. But as we age, insulin sensitivity often declines. This means that older adults may not handle blood sugar spikes as well, leading to more prolonged periods of elevated blood sugar. These repeated blood sugar surges can cause harm over time, especially to the small blood vessels in your legs and feet. According to research from the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health, damage to these tiny vessels can reduce blood flow and oxygen supply to muscles and joints. This can increase inflammation, causing swelling, joint pain, and muscle fatigue, symptoms many older adults recognize and find frustrating. The problem can become even worse when watermelon is eaten after a heavy meal, especially one rich in starchy foods like rice or potatoes. The combination of starch and watermelon leads to even higher insulin surges because starches break down into sugars as well, piling on the glucose load your body needs to manage. This causes your blood sugar and insulin levels to spike sharply and frequently. Another challenge with watermelon is that it doesn't fill you up the way other fruits or foods might. Since watermelon is mostly water, it's easy to eat several slices without feeling full. A few slices of watermelon can contain as much sugar as a can of soda. So it's easy to consume a large amount of sugar without realizing it. This can unintentionally contribute to the same issues we discussed earlier: poor circulation, inflammation, swelling, and joint discomfort. Over time, these problems can affect your mobility and overall quality of life. If you love watermelon, it doesn't mean you need to avoid it completely. However, moderation is key. Try limiting yourself to small portions, and avoid eating watermelon on an empty stomach or right after a large meal. Instead, consider enjoying it as a light snack or part of a balanced meal with proteins and healthy fats to slow sugar absorption. Alternatives like papaya or pears can offer similar refreshing qualities with a lower glycemic index and less impact on blood sugar levels. These fruits are also less likely to promote inflammation or swelling. Understanding how watermelon affects your blood sugar and circulation can empower you to make better choices. This simple awareness helps protect your leg health, reduces discomfort, and supports your ability to stay active and comfortable as you age. 5. Oranges. More than just vitamin C. Oranges are a common part of many people's breakfast routines. Prized for their bright flavor and rich vitamin C content, vitamin C is important for immune function, skin health, and overall wellness, so it's no surprise that oranges and orange juice are popular choices in the morning. However, for adults over 60, there are some important things to keep in mind about how oranges affect the body, especially regarding digestion, joint health, and circulation. One key factor to understand is the citric acid content in oranges. Citric acid gives oranges their characteristic tangy taste, but it can also irritate sensitive stomach linings, particularly in older adults. As we age, the lining of the stomach becomes more delicate and less resilient. According to Mayo Clinic and WebMD, this increased sensitivity means that eating or drinking large amounts of acidic foods like oranges or orange juice can cause discomfort such as heartburn, indigestion, or a burning sensation. This discomfort is not just limited to the stomach. Citric acid can also increase the sensitivity of joint tissues, especially in individuals who already suffer from arthritis or osteoporosis. Harvard Health notes that acidic foods may promote inflammation in the joints, which can lead to increased pain, stiffness, and reduced mobility over time. For people dealing with these conditions, regularly consuming acidic foods like oranges could make symptoms worse. Orange juice deserves special mention here. While it is often seen as a healthy beverage, orange juice frequently contains added sugars, sometimes significantly more than eating a whole orange. These added sugars contribute to rapid fluctuations in blood sugar levels, which is problematic for older adults whose insulin response may not be as efficient as it once was. Rapid blood sugar spikes trigger inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation, in turn, can restrict blood flow, particularly in the legs and feet where circulation is already more vulnerable with age. Reduced blood flow means less oxygen and nutrients reach muscles and joints, potentially causing swelling, aching, and fatigue. According to research from the Cleveland Clinic and Healthline, this cycle of inflammation and poor circulation can contribute to joint pain and discomfort that many seniors experience. It's also important to note that drinking orange juice on an empty stomach can intensify these effects, as the body absorbs the sugars and acids more quickly. Consuming orange juice late in the day or right before bedtime may also interfere with digestion and increase discomfort. So what's the best approach for older adults who enjoy oranges? First, opting for whole oranges rather than juice can reduce sugar intake and provide beneficial fiber that slows sugar absorption and helps regulate blood sugar levels. Eating oranges after a meal rather than on an empty stomach can minimize acid irritation and blunt blood sugar spikes. If you already have joint pain or sensitive digestion, cutting back on acidic fruits may help ease your symptoms. Switching to fruits with lower acid content, such as pears or ripe papaya, can provide similar vitamins and hydration without the harsh effects on joints and stomach. Being mindful about how and when you consume oranges can help you enjoy their health benefits while protecting your digestive system and joints. These small adjustments can make a significant difference in how your legs feel throughout the day and support your overall comfort and mobility. Let me share with you 2 stories from real life that illustrate how the fruits we enjoy can sometimes affect our legs and joints more than we expect, especially as we get older. First, there's John. He's a 70-year-old retiree living in Michigan who loved pineapple. Like many, John believed in pineapple's reputation as an anti-inflammatory fruit. For years, he included it regularly in his diet, thinking it was helping his knee pain. But over time, John began to notice his knees hurt more, and his legs felt heavier and more tired throughout the day. It wasn't a sudden change but something that gradually worsened over about 2 years. When John came in for a detailed assessment, we looked closely at his diet and lifestyle. That's when we realized pineapple might be contributing to his discomfort. The sugars and acids in pineapple were causing irritation in his joints and affecting his circulation, making his symptoms worse. We suggested John try reducing pineapple and instead incorporate fruits known to be gentler and even helpful for inflammation, such as blueberries and papaya. Both of these fruits have antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties but do not spike blood sugar or irritate joints like pineapple can in sensitive individuals. After about 6 months of this change, John noticed a clear improvement. His joint pain eased, and walking became easier and less tiring. His legs felt lighter, and he regained some of the mobility he feared was slipping away. John's story shows that small diet changes, informed by how certain fruits affect your body, can greatly improve your quality of life. Now, let me tell you about Mary, who lives in Texas and is 65 years old. Mary loved snacking on grapes daily, appreciating their sweetness and convenience. However, she started experiencing sudden, intense pain in her big toe, sharp and unbearable at times. After seeing her doctor, she was diagnosed with gout, a type of arthritis caused by the buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints. Mary was surprised to learn that her daily grape consumption was contributing to high uric acid levels. Grapes are high in fructose, a sugar that, when consumed in excess, the body converts into uric acid. This buildup can cause painful flare-ups of gout, especially in small joints like those in the feet. After adjusting her diet to reduce grapes and adding in fruits with lower fructose content and anti-inflammatory effects, such as cherries and strawberries, Mary noticed a dramatic reduction in her gout attacks. These fruits not only provide nutrients and antioxidants but also help reduce inflammation and support joint health. Mary's experience highlights the importance of being mindful about the types and amounts of fruit we eat. Even fruits considered healthy can sometimes cause problems if consumed excessively or without attention to how they affect our bodies. Both John and Mary learned the hard way, but their stories offer hope. By understanding our bodies better and making thoughtful changes to our diet, especially as we age, we can protect our legs, reduce pain, and enjoy a better quality of life. You don't need to give up fruit completely to protect your leg health. Instead, there are some simple steps you can take that make a big difference. First, try to moderate your intake of high-sugar fruits like pineapple, bananas, grapes, watermelon, and oranges, especially if you eat them every day. Reducing how often and how much you eat these fruits can help prevent blood sugar spikes that harm circulation and increase inflammation. Another helpful tip is to pair fruits with healthy fats. For example, eating a banana together with some walnuts or a small piece of cheese can slow down how quickly your body absorbs sugar. This helps avoid sharp increases in blood sugar and supports better circulation in your legs. Choosing fruits that are lower in sugar and have anti-inflammatory properties is also important. Blueberries, cherries, strawberries, papaya, and pears are good alternatives. These fruits are easier on your system and can actually help reduce joint inflammation and discomfort. It's best to avoid eating fruit on an empty stomach, particularly watermelon and bananas. Eating fruit after a meal slows the release of sugar into your bloodstream, making blood sugar levels more stable. Staying hydrated and maintaining regular physical activity are essential. 2. Good hydration and movement improve circulation and support healthy muscles and joints. helping your legs feel stronger and less tired. Finally, if you have chronic health conditions or take medications such as blood thinners, it's important to consult your doctor before making significant changes to your diet. They can help guide you safely to the best choices for your health. By following these practical tips, you can enjoy fruit's benefits while protecting your legs and joints as you age. Our legs have carried us through some of the most important moments in our lives, from taking our very first steps as children, to chasing after grandchildren, to standing strong in the face of life's challenges. It's easy to believe that losing leg strength is just something that happens with age. But it doesn't have to be that way. By paying close attention to how the fruits and foods we eat affect our bodies, and by making mindful, informed choices, we can slow down, and even reverse, the gradual weakening of our legs. It's not about making huge changes overnight, rather, it's about taking small, consistent steps toward better health every day. Those small steps add up over time and can lead to meaningful improvements. Imagine what it would feel like to stand up from your chair with ease, to climb stairs without feeling breathless, and to walk confidently without the ache or swelling that used to hold you back. That freedom, that sense of strength and stability, is still within your reach. You don't have to settle for discomfort or loss of mobility. You're not on this journey alone. We are a community that cares deeply about staying healthy and independent as we grow older. I encourage you to share what you've learned today with your family and friends, especially those who might be facing similar challenges. When we share knowledge, we empower each other to make better choices and live fuller, healthier lives. If this video has helped you, please take a moment to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on future videos packed with practical advice tailored for people over 60 who want to stay strong and healthy. And please, share your thoughts, experiences, or questions in the comments below. I truly want to hear from you and be part of your health journey. Together, we can reclaim our strength and keep moving forward, one step at a time. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay strong.